Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly Pick a Card Tarot readings for the week of July 18th. If we haven't met yet, my name is Sydney, I'm the tarot guy next door, and I use my occult knowledge and intuition to help guide you towards the life you want. If that's something you're into, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you're always up to date on the advice that the cards have for you. I'll be doing 5 card open readings, and here are the decks that I have for you. We have the Tarot de Marseille with Tiger's Eye, the Universal Rider-Waite-Smith with Dangling Jade, and the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot with Obsidian. We also have 4 different oracle cards to choose from 4 different decks. So go ahead and pick which tarot deck and which oracle card resonate with you the most. Feel free to pause this video if you need more time. As always with collective readings, take what resonates with you and leave aside what doesn't. If you want to jump straight to your reading, I've provided timestamps for you in the description below. And with that, let's go right to the readings. All right, group 1, let's see what we have for you for this week. The 4 of Swords jumped out while I was shuffling your deck. I don't know what that means, if anything, but I'm letting you know. So I'm going to, as is now customary for the Tarot de Marseille, I'm going to throw down all 5 cards, and I'm going to stare at them for a little bit, but you won't see that part. And is this well framed? Let me just see. Something a bit like that. That should do it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. This is looking like, it's looking like this week is going to be a breakthrough week for you, Group 1. What's making me say this is this line here. I'm seeing that the High Priestess is looking right at this opportunity represented by the Ace of Wands here. And between the Priestess and the opportunity is this 5 of Swords here. And I'm also combining it with the 4 of Swords that jumped out while I was shuffling. Swords are the realm of thoughts and words, and 4s are generally about stability. And with this change here, and especially what is leaping out at me and making this card significant, what is leaping out to me as significant in this card is the breakthrough right here. So it looks like it looks like you're resting on a foundation of emotional contentment or emotional security or emotional success. And I think that whatever processing that you have done coming into this week will serve you into putting together the final pieces to create opportunity for yourself. I'm now seeing this as an opportunity that you're going to create for yourself. And that's a really good omen. Honestly, it's funny. Let me see if I have more to squeeze out of this orange, because everything like you know, the emotional fulfillment, the advancement towards some completion, which is highlighted by the 9 of Wands here and the 10 of Swords at the bottom of your deck. So it's looking like an aha moment that is going to open up a new road for you. So I honestly don't have much more to add for this Group 1. This was a really quick reading, but it is an extremely optimistic one, and I wish you the best. Please use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your oracle card reading. All right, Group 2, let's see what we have for you for this week. There we go. So, ooh. Well, this is looking good. Lovers isn't necessarily about a romantic relationship, but there's definitely a feeling of relationships and or divine choice or divine guidance. You have 2 angels here. Let's see what the rest of this has in store. Well, I gotta say, even if the middle of your cross is reversed, your entire reading so far is upright, so it's optimistic. I have a feeling that there might be an opportunity that you will have this week, and I would invite you to be open to it and not close yourself off to it. Let me just throw down the middle card and flip over the bottom of this deck here. Yeah, okay. So again, it's great to have the it's great to have just one reverse card in your entire reading, even if we include the bottom of the deck here. So let's see here. I think that whatever opportunity comes knocking for you this week, Group 2, I think the key for you to recognize it. I don't think it's I don't think the risk for you for this week is a lack of ability to capitalize on opportunity. I am sensing I'm sensing that the risk will be in recognizing an opportunity, and I'm talking about a major one. I mean, this is the Judgment card, which I call the wake up call card, and you have two angels in your your only two major Arcana cards have angels here, and if you are somehow one of the people who ended up watching this video, a tarot reading, and who doesn't believe in angels, you can take that however you wish. I do want to acknowledge that that there might be some of you out there. Take it as let's take it as divine providence, so to speak, or things that don't seem to make sense, but from a higher vantage point they do. You can take these angels that way, but I'm really they jumped out to me, especially since it's the two major Arcana cards in your cross. Now, I think that the key to you in recognizing this, the opportunity or the offering that this week has might throw at you for this week, is to stop and smell the roses. What is giving me this impression is the Seven of Coins in the middle of your cross here. So the Seven of Coins is one of these cards that's ambiguous by design. It could be a card of appreciating the work that you have done so far. It could be a signal that the sowing what you have reaped might not come right away. But what is coming to me from this card, in context of everything else in this reading, is to slow down a bit, because the fact that it's in reverse to me suggests either the fact that it's reversed, it could either signal impatience. I don't think that's what's happening here. I think what is happening is a refusal or a reluctance to take your foot off the gas a little. And I think that if you for this week, Group 2, if you your refusal assuming I'm right, if you refuse to take your foot off the gas and you're like, go, go, go all week, you might drive right by this offering that might bring you closer to where you want to go. This is reinforced by the Six of Coins at the bottom of your deck. Six of Coins is a card of wisely allocating your resources. I always use that phrase with this card. It's one of the two cards in the it's one of the two cards in the deck that has scales in it, which symbolizes like balance and wisdom and really weighing things out to make sure that you're doing what you need to do when you need to do it, and to make sure that the right things are getting done in the right order. And I think the key to really harnessing that is to just slow down a little and just be open. I would encourage you for this week, Group 2, to be open and keep your eyes and ears peeled for opportunity. And I think the key to recognizing it will be in slowing down. Now I'm looping, so I'm going to wrap it up. Just whatever opportunity comes your way for this week, I think it's an opportunity that you are capable of handling. So as long as you slow down enough to recognize it and are confident enough that you can add it to your plate of all the things that life is throwing at you this week, I think you'll be good. Boom, that was a mic drop. All right, so thank you very much for watching Group 2. You can use the timestamps in the description below to jump to your Oracle card reading. All right, Group 3, let's see what we have for you for this week. There we go. Okay, so Don't panic. So we have the, okay, what's coming at me from this Three of Swords isn't necessarily heartbreak. Heartbreak is a heartbreak is a word that's used all the time with this card. I've used it a bunch of times with this card, but what I'm getting from it, even though we're only 2 cards into a 5-card reading, is the kind of like growing pains, you know, when you're trying to figure out how to express yourself in the right way. Sometimes when you're trying that, it might not be received the way you want to receive, the way you want it to be received, and that can be disappointing. Yeah, it's the Queen of Swords reversed that is giving me the Queen of Swords reversed is what is making me interpret this Three of Swords more in the communication aspect than the heartbreak aspect, a word that has been used so much for this card that it's almost a meme. Well, in my mind, it is a meme. Anyway, let's see what we have. Yeah, okay. I'll say this right away, group 2, before I flip, group 3, sorry, before I turn over your middle card and the deck to see what's at the bottom. I would encourage you for this week to do everything you can to focus on what you still have, to focus on what is not lost instead of focusing on what is lost. You know, unlike this, you know, the heartbreak aspect of the Three of Swords is not coming through to me that much based on this reading, which is probably why the Five of Cups came in to fill that job in reverse. So let me throw down the middle card here. Oh boy. Sorry. Okay. I try not to do this, which is what made me say, oh boy. But another group also had the 7 of coins in the middle of their cross. And what made me say, oh boy, is that I'm sick and tired of hearing myself point out when another group got the same card as you did. So anyway, let's see what I can stitch together here. Group 3, if there's a difficult conversation that you were thinking of having, this week might not be the best week to do it. What's giving me the impression is, first of all, the only upright card in your reading right now is the Three of Swords. And I think that I'm getting the feeling, based on these cards here, it's like you are trying to convince yourself that you're over something that you're not. I think you are, if what I'm saying isn't resonating, please hang around anyway, but I don't think I'm going to come up with another way to interpret this cross. But hopefully by the time I'm done with this reading, it will be helpful to you anyway, okay? So the King of Cups at the bottom of your deck here. And by the way, another metaphor that I've been using recently to how I use this is the cards in the reading are the bricks, and the bottom of the deck is the mortar that binds them together. And I think that in this situation, I think the mortar in the form of the King of Cups reversed is important to pay attention to. And there's a good chance that I'm going to spend a good chunk of time talking about him. So I think for you, what I'm getting from the King of Cups reversed here is that there's something that is that has knocked you off of your A game, and it's interfering with your ability to either interpret or communicate wisely. Because again, and this is a meme on this channel, but it is also true. There are 3 swords in the deck that are upright, and the Queen of Swords is holding one of them. It represents the Sword of Truth. So when I say that. When I say that the Queen of Swords is a card of communication, that is true, but it's also a card of perception. You know, she has her head above the clouds here. And I think that the King of Cups reversed combined with the Queen of Swords reversed here are giving me the impression that if there's something nuanced and complex that you want to communicate, that the key is to get back on top of the horse emotionally. Something like whenever the Fool reverse comes up, I almost always interpret it as being fearful to take the leap, in which case I tend to encourage people to do that, which is super easy to do when you're giving that advice to someone else, you know? But given everything in this reading right now, the Fool reversed, it is more the naive aspect of the Fool reversed that is coming through to me. I think that there is some kind of regret. Regret is the wrong word, but I can't think of a better one right now. And I'm thinking of the Seven of Coins reverse. So one of the ways to interpret this card is that, oh shit, is that it? I'm only going to name that way to interpret the card because given everything in here, that is the interpretation of that card that's leaping through to me. So what I think for you, and that's why I've been harping on this King of Cups reversed at the bottom of your deck. For you, Group 3, I think the key will be to recenter yourself emotionally and to take the time to truly process whatever needs processing. I think that's going to be the key for you to navigate this week. So like what I said just earlier, when I was saying that if you want to have a complex or nuanced conversation, that this might not be the best week to do so, that's not necessarily true. You can right the ship as long as you really make sure to re-examine the things that you don't think that you're emotional about, that you might still be. And I suspect that the Queen of Swords reverse and the King of Cups reverse are combining. I'm reading this as aspects of yourself. They're combining to give me the impression that you think something isn't affecting you emotionally, but it is. And I would encourage you, before you move forward with any like complex thing that you want to study or communicate, to really get to the bottom of that and to to mind your P's and Q's. I don't know why that phrase came up to me just now, but that's what made me laugh. So yeah, honestly, you can do whatever you want to do this week, Group 3. I'm just pointing out that if I've been right this entire time and there is a difficult or nuanced conversation that you want to have, that if you just go at it, if you just jump right in this current state, according to these cards, you'd be swimming upstream. Now, you can get to where you want to go if you swim upstream. It's totally possible. People swim upstream all the time. There's an entire breed of fish that's known for doing that, you know? And you're better than a fish, Group 3, of course. So you know, if a fish can swim upstream, you definitely can. I would just I just think you should just know what the terrain is, because I have a feeling that you have the impression that you're swimming downstream when you're not. And the key to getting to the bottom of this would be to really re-examine all your assumptions about where you're coming from with the things that you choose to address this week. All right, don't be foolish. The key to not being foolish is to really get to the bottom of this. If you haven't journaled in a while, this might be a good time to start or to restart, if you will. So I have beaten this horse to death. I hope that helps. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. I knew I was going to pull an advice card here. Okay, so your advice card is the Hierophant reversed. There might be someone who's trying to offer you counseling that you're not listening to. If that resonates, I would encourage you to Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry for phrasing it this way, Group 3. I can't think of a better way. I would invite you to humble yourself. and to whatever advice is coming in from someone that you don't think is informed, that person might be right. Now, there is another way to interpret this. There is another way to interpret this Hierophant card. So if what I just said either pissed you off or didn't resonate, here's another way to interpret it. This might be a way to. This might be a good time to break with tradition and whatever ways that you've been doing things before. To make a break with that this week and to try something new. So those are the two main ways to interpret this advice card. So I hope that was helpful, Group 3. I wish you all the best, and please stay tuned for your Oracle card reading, which is coming up right now. Happy Leo season, everyone. I forgot to wish it to you for each reading, but at least I only get to say it once instead of saying it 3 times. So, Group A, your card is Conception. This is card number 16. I'm not sure the numbers of these cards are meaningful, but I gave it anyway. And the text under it reads, the frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything is creation. The place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. So what I'm getting from this Group A is to remember where you came from. Okay, actually, there are 2 ways this there are 2 ways this could be helpful based on the readings that I just gave. So one of them is remember where you came from, and there might be something. There might be something that you have been that you have done in the past or that you have learned in the past, which might be useful to you now, and to just lean on that. Now, the other way that this could be interpreted is kind of the opposite, in the sense of this could be an invitation to clean the slate and to just, approach this from an empty mind and from like the ether of vast blankness, so to speak, that something new can come forth. Group B, your card is Retreat. This is I Ching hexagram number 33. And the keywords are a timely departure, letting go, withdrawal, re-evaluation, retirement, don't hesitate to walk away. Well, that's pretty self-explanatory, especially given some of the readings that I just gave. There was one reading where I did want to say this might be a good time to reevaluate the situation. So if that resonates, please take this as confirmation of that. But here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with going back to the drawing board and to just make sure that everything that you thought was true is true, and to double check that whatever your plans are sound. I don't think that. Actually, let me reread the words here. So, a timely departure, letting go, withdrawal, reevaluation, retirement, don't hesitate to walk away. So, I think there might be things that you think are serving you that you're bringing into this week, and it would be a good time to question those and to really make sure that you have packed the right luggage in order to go, So this might not be a retreat in the sense of don't move forward. This might be a retreat in the sense of, hey, we're not at the airport yet. Let's turn around and go home and just make sure that we have the right things in our suitcase, because we don't want to be bringing a swimming pool to Antarctica, Group C, your card is Midheaven, Pinnacle. I pulled this card recently with this deck. I'm a very thorough shuffler, Group C. So I would take this as don't be afraid Don't be afraid to shine your brightest. Don't be afraid to be the center of attention. For one of the readings that might be, how can I say this? For one of the readings that's kind of a contradictory vibe at first glance. So what I will say to you, group 3C, I'll call you out, is that if you are at your the highest point of highest visibility, the people that you are in front of, they want you to win. And don't take your reading combined with this card as pressure to feel like embarrassed or something like that. I would take that as an omen that you're well surrounded and that there are people who are rooting for you, who would be overjoyed to help you. There we go. Group D, your card is sadness. Well, there isn't. Here's what I have to say about this card. Sadness is part of life. I'm gonna do my best to try to not say a bunch of platitudes that sound empty, but it's gonna be difficult. I would say that one of the best ways to get over sadness is to take even the smallest baby steps towards where you want to go. This is probably not an old saying, but it's a saying that's coming to mind, like, when in doubt, keep moving forward. Yeah. Also, if actually, this could also be the opposite. For some of you, this might be a time to just, really feel that sadness, because I think if you try to bottle it up, that might, if you try to bottle it up and bury it down and pretend it's not there, that might not be the best way to deal with that for this week. But it's only for this week, So do try to keep that in mind, and I'm sure that there are people around you who would be more than willing to just be there for you, no matter how you need people to be there for you. Thank you so much for watching. If your reading resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below. So thanks again for watching. I hope you have a great week. I'll see you soon.